Hello everyone, how you doing today? You're welcome to EMR Studios and here is the EMR Podcast. I am Bryan Adefuwa. You simply refer to me as 13th Disciple. I'm a stand-up comedian and broadcast journalist, so I talk for a living. And I'm about to start again, but I'm not doing this alone. I've got my podcast goddess. She's always here. The interesting thing about her is it is very easy to make her smile. I just hope it's like that if you're in a relationship with her.
Okay, my name is Daisy. And I do not know what he's talking about.
So you're welcome, Daisy.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, to my right, I have a very lovely young man. He's a young man that I've known for a while. Let me say the two of them. I've known the two of them for a while, but I've known him for a while. Bedu.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming around.
Thank
Before to be reached out to us, Bedu, eh?
Tundey.
Tundey. All right, that is Tundey. You can call him Bedu, Tundey Bedu.
Or Tundey Turner.
Or Tundey Turner. You understand? He likes to turn. He's a turnist. You can turn things around.
I'm a foodie and I eat for a living here.
Wow. Wahala. As much as you eat, we don't see evidence.
I eat.
Okay. You eat and you eat.
Yeah, I eat.
As an eatist.
Yeah.
I just hope you can turn around the current condition of your football club.
Well, let's see how it goes.
All right. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for being on TheEMRPodcast.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we have a very good-looking, gorgeous, and amiable goddess. So we have two goddesses and two gods. But I think I'm the only god. I'm sorry. You say whatever you want to say. So good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
I'm Grace.
Grace,
and
a gracious, full
yeah,
grace.
it's so good to be here.
All right. Are you sure?
My good gracious God.
My brother, the podcast is.
Wait, what exactly is happening?
Well, they will explain.
Okay.
They will explain.
All
So
right.
today on the show, we're talking about something very interesting. You understand? Something that is actually very important, aside to being interesting, aside to being fascinating. It's something that many people have taken too much time before they come to the realization of the fact that it's actually very, very important and something you cannot shy away with. You can't just sweep it under the carpet when it comes to coexistence of human beings generally. You know, there are so many people that you've seen them, you are always all about them, you approve them, you endorse them because they're far away from you. I had a conversation recently with someone and that person posted a particular celebrity on her status and I was like, this caption, be careful. Some people are best enjoyed far away. That I have someone close to this person that told me so many things and I was wowed myself. And moreover, what I can see, I had all my opinions and she had her opinions and we had a conversation. And I realized that, okay, fine, if it is like this, what about when it comes to a man and a woman coexisting? So we are talking today, we're discussing a very vital topic that has got to do with premarital cohabitation. How do you say it? What is your opinion? What do you feel about it? Is it a must? Is it something to actually be worried about? Is it something that you really need to put so much attention to? Is it worth it? Is it worth the attention? Is it worth the stress? Some people will feel like, well, I can do it long distance relationship. You understand? For long distance relationship, the only cohabitation you can have is thanks to technology. Yeah. Live video chats, FaceTime and all. But when it comes to the me and you thing, so that's what we're discussing today. And I will be asking all of us, myself inclusive, of our opinions. But because it is well said that ladies first, I would like to start with the ladies. But I just hope that on Judgment Day, God will do ladies first.
Amen.
Because I know some people go full fire and God doesn't like conjecture overcrowded.
God is not human, so God cannot do ladies first. Now as you die, they go judge you. So.
All right, now that's it on a lighter note. So Daisy, I'm gonna be starting with you because you are my OC. And your
okay.
Yes, so let me start with you.
Okay. So looking at this topic, there are 4 ways we could look at it: the moral aspect of it, the cultural aspect, the religious aspect, and the realistic aspect of it. So, but for me, I do not support cohabitation before marriage because person fit get belle, but then it's really not making sense for me. But then it is very important to know who you're getting married to or to know who your partner really is But for staying or living together before marriage, I do not support it and I will not do it.
Okay, before I move away from you, what if I tell you that the cohabitation doesn't mean it comes in different ways.
Okay.
There are some people that will come around over the weekend,
Yeah.
or I'm on holiday, or I'm on a break, or on leave,
Yeah.
and I just feel like, okay, fine, I want to be with my partner because
What's
this
the one?
is it to me. To me, there are so many things that I bring into consideration. Severe, if there's a word like that, severe consideration. I cannot in any way overlook it. I, as a person, I have my stand on this case. Now, coming over the weekend might not be all the weekends, of course.
Yeah.
It could be the weekends that I am free. Mind you, I see nothing. You said something, you said, person fit get belle.
Yeah.
Wow, you're adults. I've seen people that are married and had a plan that, babe, between this period and this period, we're not getting married, we're not making babies. Yeah. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce told Jay-Z at the point, he said, now you got married to me in the height of my career. I'm not going to jettison my career for making babies.
Yeah.
Some people will say, okay, look at Angelina Jolie. Say, please, I don't want to have babies by my womb, but I want to adopt babies. And she did that with Brad Pitt, and they have plenty of them. She even came to Africa. So now you can just come once in a while. It doesn't mean, and most of the time, like some women likes to do, or ladies, they like to come when it is not the good time of the month. And that time they can eat. They will eat your pocket out.
Okay.
So what in that condition, or should it be the case is a bit under the weather, or she is a bit under the weather, and she needs support, she needs help at that point in time.
Okay, so the pregnancy part was just on a lighter mood. But visiting for the weekends and doing other sorts of visitations.
No weekends though.
Yeah, other sorts
all
of
weekend.
visitations. Yeah, I can allow that. Yeah, it's still making sense a bit. But what I said before was, maybe for a long period of time, like going, because I know of some people who actually move in with their partner, and then they start living together before getting married. Might be a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship thing. It might be a fiancé thing or whatever it is. But some people literally pack all their stuff and move into, their partner's place. Be it the guy moving to the lady's place or the lady moving into the guy's place. Some people do that, and that is what I am not in support of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, I concur with you.
So, but then, of course, you can see your partner over the weekend. You can see your partner when he or she is not feeling down. There are sometimes some moments when you need just some emotional support. And it's not just over the phone. You cannot just say, oh, hello, what's up? No, you have to be there for each other.
Yeah.
So times like that, you can as well go see your partner. You can as well reach out to them, visit them in their house. And for the monthly thing or whatever, it's actually cool to just be relaxed and be taken care of.
It's crash.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself during that period.
Unannounced visitation.
It happens.
Something. Because if you say you don't
Of
want to
course.
do that,
Well, I don't do that actually. I don't, because I would not like you coming to my space unannounced. No, I don't. So I will not do that to my partner.
How about if it's a surprise visit or something, something like that?
Surprise visit. Are you bringing me flowers?
No, not all of us like surprises.
No, I'm just saying. So that means you don't like surprises.
I know myself, and I know doesn't like surprises because life has surprised us enough.
Of course.
Please don't bring some more.
That was a day.
So, to you, Grace.
Okay.
What point of this conversation are you coming from? We want to hear your religious belief about it, or contribution, your traditional, your cultural, and the reality part of it, like she said.
Well, for me, cohabitation is good. And whether you go on weekends or you pack your load and move in with your significant other, is still cohabitation. So if you want to say, okay, it's just the weekend, anything can happen over the weekend.
If you catch on for weekends,
exactly.
Yes,
so you can even catch it like one night. You just want to go and sleep with your partner for a night. So anything can happen. So be it weekend, cohabiting, holiday, cohabiting, whatever types of cohabitation is still.
Okay, let me start with this.
Still happening.
What is your moral stance in this discussion?
Well, my moral stand is that at least weekend is okay to go and spend with your partner. But moving in with your partner totally, fully, I do not subscribe to that at all, because
a situation in which you move in temporarily? maybe he had
Accommodation
sustained an
issues.
injury, or you needed to be, because there was a case that happened to someone that I know very closely, that happened to live somewhere really very far away from place of work, and needed to cut costs with this fuel thing and all. You understand? And he had to, the only option where he save money pass now to deal with the babe.
Well, I would say any reasonable guy would know what to move in with his girlfriend, because they know that women like to dominate when it comes to you coming to
Their
stay
space.
with your hair. So I feel like if it happens to my boyfriend, you have families, you have friends. Don't
When
come
their
to my
families are not close
space.
by.
You have friends. You look for a way out, like, because you would not like the way anything I do. You would say, okay, maybe because I'm staying in your place, that's why I'm reacting in that manner.
I feel if your partner likes you so much, I don't think
able
to
because you're
advise
going to be
friends.
in that wahala for a long time at the end of the day in your future, because
But
you're
that
going
one
to,
is, that wahala is different. That is like
You're
a
married.
legally wahala. If there's anything like that.
so now don't bring the unendorsed wahala.
No. Let me just be on my own for now. But well, even if he has like accommodation issues, like you can just come and spend the weekend, see, and make sure you figure out everything during the weekend. Because for me, it cannot happen. Me, I can have accommodation issues and come to you because yes, me, I'm like that. I can have accommodations issue and come to you because I am the receiver, you are the giver. So I would.
That's another angle.
But it depends, in this context, before we move away from that reception and deception, let me use it like that, reception and the giving part of it. What are you actually, in what context? What are you receiving
What are you giving?
and what are you giving?
Well, as for me, I'm not a feminist.
Okay.
So I believe in being pampered. I believe in submission. So if you are coming to me because you have accommodation issues, I would not feel
So
like
you have to be the baby.
Yes, you should.
Not him being the baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, wait, not
Let's
like-
not the parented be parented.
Not like, wait,
Yes.
wait. I did not say that. Men, I mean, I can baby you, but babying is different from babying. I don't know if there is. You understand?
So
There is
female
baby.
baby,
There is baby. There is baby.
Yeah. So I just feel like, no. If you have issues, why are we dating each other if we cannot be there for ourselves? Come over the weekend and solve whatever it is.
What if it's not something that can be solved like over the weekend?
Maybe I will just, may I still
Leave
have,
the
may I
house.
have family?
You leave your space for
Till
him.
when is okay.
Okay, so something happened to me regarding what she's saying. Something happened to me earlier this year, and I was supposed to celebrate my birthday, and while on the D-Day itself, my friend who was coming for the birthday ceremony got into an accident, and she was rushed to the hospital.
Wow.
Now, my boyfriend stays very close to the hospital.
Okay.
So when they treated her and her, she could not go back to her place because, she had to go back for treatment and every other thing. My boyfriend accommodated my friend and myself.
Okay.
Your girlfriend or your male
A friend that is a girl.
My friend, who's a girl,
Okay.
got into an accident.
Sorry, your boyfriend is from which state?
Why do you ask?
I just
No,
want to.
I love he solved the
For
equation
statistics
very
sake,
well.
actually.
You don't need to know that part. But then, he accommodated both of us, and it wasn't really what I would like to do, like going to stay in the guy's house, because it lasted for like a month, and I really did not like it, to say. But then I had to be there for my friend,
And he has to be there for you.
and he has to be there for me.
And you have to be there for your relationship's sake.
Exactly. Now, thinking of what she said now, that she cannot allow that in her space, I would think of it that if something like that had happened to my boyfriend or his friend, I would allow them stay with me. That is, if I have a very large space where everyone can
accommodate people.
where we can accommodate each other. But then, if there's no large space, I would rather tell them to move in while I move out, like she said,
course.
or they move to a separate place.
But before I move on to Tundey to hear his own moral side of this, I'm yet to say mine as well. I would like to remember this particular experience that happened to this particular family, the Will Smith family.
Okay.
It was an issue of August coming around to chill because he was sick.
Yeah.
And his friend, happens to be the son in the family, was not there. That's another scenario.
Yeah.
Jaden was maybe I think that was when Jaden was at the rehab, and August was sick, and he had to come in. And the story happened to story. The mama of his friend had to follow him when he was leaving. So for me, I will say it's a big no.
To allow your partner.
Yes, you can't bring my partner can't bring our girlfriend into our space.
Okay.
I don't want to make it my space right now.
Okay.
Into our space, because it is a space that it took you some time to get used to. It took me some time to get a little bit steered to your own style as well, so you can accommodate two people. So now you are telling me to accommodate a stranger? What if for my integrity's sake I can't do that? What if she's a kind of a distraction for me?
But your girlfriend is there.
But my girlfriend is there. It doesn't work like that.
How does it work?
To some men, to so many people, it doesn't work like that. When you say, okay, fine, my girlfriend is here. What if my girlfriend brings in someone that is seductive? What if she brings in someone that can be appealing to me too as a man? Because I understand that having an opposite sex partner, you've got to have a mental picture of what is it you are attracted to.
Yeah.
So I cannot. For me, I love to go. There are ways that people move around in their house or in their houses.
You know, I
Just for a
said if
month.
it's a very big space to occupy, if you're in your room and the girl is just in she's in the guest room or something,
I know
and she
people-
doesn't really,
I know
come
people that
out or
literally-
do whatever.
they are
It is only if you yourself, if you have an issue with, putting your eyes in a place. Like,
It is not a
you do
matter
this
of
and
where
you
my
do
eyes
that.
is.
Oh,
You can't tell me
no,
that.
No. See, there's a thing with men. The thing down there, it works with your brain.
You are thinking like that.
No.
Mine doesn't work with my
It works
brain.
with
You're not a
your
man.
brain.
You're not a man.
man.
It's
You can't
not
say
about
speak
being a
for
man.
men.
It's not about being a man.
It's just like me
for
telling you
men.
that your
It
blood
works
flow
with your
is too
brain.
much. What are you
It
telling
works
me?
with your
No, please.
brain. It works
Don't
with your
attack.
brain.
No,
I know what I'm
don't
saying.
attack the
It
gender
works
now.
with your brain. I'm not
No,
attacking any
not
gender,
everyone.
but this is just what I'm saying.
cannot speak for men.
I'm not speaking for men, but this thing works with your brain.
Were you
I'm not
watching
speaking
a
for
man?
that.
Mine doesn't work
I
with my
will
brain.
stop at
When I
that.
want to do calculations and I want to do A to A to A, two different things. If I want to do A to
That's
A
a
to
brain
A,
of its own.
if I want to do A to A to A, see, men has two brains. One here, one
One
here.
here.
Okay.
So this does what
One
it's
up
got
and
to
down.
do here. This one has to do with things
Down.
that are thinking downstairs.
But if you really love your girlfriend, I do not think that any form of seduction or any form of whatever should get to you. That means you are not man enough, in my opinion. Yes.
Okay, wait. Okay, in this context, are you saying Will Smith wasn't man enough for Jada? He was. They've been together for long, and this boy happens to be their son's friend.
Imagine.
And even the woman came back to establish so many facts that actually opened many people's eyes when it comes to relationship. I think, okay, let me cite an example of dogs for you. When you have a male and a female dog in an apartment, you realize that male dog will be very, very coordinated and very, very accommodating compared to the female dog.
Yeah.
You will never notice the aggression of that male dog. Hello, the day another male dog comes near that compound, you will see the perfect 100% aggression of that male dog. They are territorial. I expect a man to be territorial when it comes to their babe. This is the person that sees
But
the
this
shit.
is not a
But
guy coming in. This is a
A
lady.
lady, wait.
Hello, my
But then
dear.
I think we are
Don't
just-
bring a lady
I
to
think
my house.
in this case,
Yeah.
it's even the ladies that's supposed to be territorial now.
Yes,
Yes,
but for
I
me,
want my space. This is
for
my
me,
space.
Okay, now so many ladies likes to dress comfortably when they are inside, when they are
course.
indoor. What if she likes to do that as well?
She would
And even-
understand
and even
that
when I'm
she's a
one
indoors,
thing is-
when I'm indoors,
What
whether
if
there are
my
people
babe
around or
doesn't
not,
cook as much
I
as
don't
she
like-
does?
Well,
Now we eat it together.
one thing
Okay,
is,
what happens when you are not around and I am at home with her?
because you said she's sick,
Yeah.
and she would always be at home.
Yeah.
For example, now me,
There are
work
times
from
I
home,
like to make food for her to eat.
and you will not be at home.
Well,
You would have gone to work.
One thing is, understand your kind of friend. Understand the kind of friend
That's
you're
easy,
bringing
though.
in. Yeah.
That's it. So
Understand the kind of friend you're bringing in.
All right,
so, please,
so
what's your moral
so
standard to
my
this?
moral standard is, I think it's a good thing, but like everything, it has its upsides and downsides. But to me, from my own personal point of view, it's a good thing. But you should, like you said, I would not support the full cohabitation before marriage. But every now and then you can always opt-in. I can opt-in and all of that. But fully living
in
with a man or woman before marriage, way before marriage, is not cool.
It's not cool.
not
Well,
cool.
for me, I will say there are stages to life. There are stages to life. I don't expect at 200 level here. a 200 level student is an adult, they like it or not.
Of course.
Sure.
Regardless of the age.
Regardless of the no. There's no how a minor will be in an institution. There
Like
are some
like a
educational
16-year-old.
laws. I know of a friend of mine that before I had my O levels, he already had his own O levels, but way younger. I believe that his age that time can't stand going to school.
Yeah.
And the school that accepted him happens to be a school that has an hostel. You understand? So he's definitely going to move away from home.
Definitely.
You understand? So for me, I want to believe that an adult starts from age 18 in our society by law now. So an adult has the decisions to be made for himself or for herself. Now, this is my point. If you are old enough to have a man in your life or to have a woman in your life that is also an adult, I want to believe that you are matured enough to make informed decisions. You know decisions that are deadly. You know the ones that are risky. Okay, one of them is like having unprotected sex. And you know that financially you're not ready for a baby. Psychologically you're not ready for a baby. You don't want to do contraceptives. You want to do unprotected sex. And you don't want to do withdrawal method. Oh, really? Don't tell me that is a mistake.
And you don't want to do vasectomy too.
Yeah, you get it. You want to freely donate the way you were freely giving. My brother, something is wrong with that person.
Definitely.
You understand? But for me, I will never do a kind of relationship where I don't get to see you. That is why I am 100% against newly wedded couple traveling out of the country. If you are not going together, you are not going at all.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
The reality, I'm trying to bring in the reality part of it for myself now. Because if I don't see you, because I ask a question, how dare you date me and we don't talk a whole day? You're not the first person to quickly reach out to me.
And even, sorry to cut in, even long distance relationship, I am not in support of it. I don't like it.
Long distance, my dear brother.
I don't like it. I don't do it.
My first question is, I don't want it to look like I'm directing it to the ladies, but I'm actually directing it to them. But let me face you, so that my face will send another message
Let's
to
face
them.
each other.
No, I'm not trying to say, how dare I date you and I don't see you and I don't get to touch? I
don't even get to see you like once in a week at least. Let's say walk.
Do you know that some people are so attached to their partners because of the way they sound when they talk?
Of course.
I once dated someone that said she doesn't like listening to me on radio. I said, what is wrong? He said, even if you cast news, you do anything, the voice has a very strong effect on me. I said, then pray to God. You have a problem. You understand? So we have to see you.
Of course.
As long as I am sexually active, you are sexually active. My dear, condition not the respect of anybody. See the code. See the code this year.
It's a basket.
It will mess you up, irrespective of your qualification, your BSc, your doctorate, whatever qualification.
It has his brain of its own.
If Condi hold president, he go misjudge the country. Tell you the truth.
So if you both decide to not engage in any sexual thing, you can as well do a long distance relationship. Is that it?
No. Long distance. Red capital no.
For you, for both of you.
See, let me tell you something.
Well, it's enough for
when I host wedding events, I say a prayer. I say this particular prayer to the couple. May you never meet someone that your heart will really beat for again after this. Do you know that when you meet somebody in your life after you had already been married, it don't happen to me well. I know say opinion self go don experience this before. We be say you go just one girl just say yes to you. That girl you don't dey punch am, you no gree punch. The day when you punch am, you're happy. And the same day, another girl too punch happy for you. You can look and say, they like Lady. You get it. That thing can actually go a long way. Okay, now myself and yourself are in a relationship. We just got married, and you had to leave the country, or you had to go a far distance, even the same country. I'm in Ibadan, you're in Abuja or Port Harcourt. You can't tell me say, wife, baby, I know say he enter my high. You know, go enter another person high. Makachuku, what are you telling me? Yeah, she's going to see someone else feel like, and you see, there's this saying that says, "Now, woman with the trouble well, now they later agree."
Actually,
now woman where they do
where they trouble well, where they type well for over and over again. Now they later agree. Now you just look at it like, even this guy is not even here. There's going to be that time you need the physicality.
Well, I disagree.
That you not get
that is where the wait. This thing is not that deep. Long distance.
It is
relationship or
It is
not.
deep.
It's deeper than the depth
For me, long distance is a yes.
I know people when they talk
Me, I
like
don't
this.
even like-
Now when see,
Let's have
now when they have toy,
Let's
people with toy, people with toy.
Why you bringing toys into
No,
this?
I have to bring it into play because to me, see, let me tell you something. That thing we have abused it. Oyibo people will do
Actually.
They did it for people that have long distance relationship,
Of course.
and they don't want their partners to cheat.
See, 13, don't let us even talk about toys here because that's another
Long distance, my dear.
another dis-
I need you to wear that bikini. I need you to wear that bomb shot in my house.
Let's hear-
maybe
let's
maybe
hear
that
what
is what I
Priya-
need to
let's
see.
say it
To
now.
be able to conceptualize work well. You don't know.
Okay.
I keep saying man. Do you know how I walk?
Well, I will agree that we are different, but as for me,
Exactly.
I don't even like relationship that we are so close.
Hey.
Hey, wait, when you said your own,
My
I
brain
did
won't
wait,
blow.
calm
Let
down.
that talk.
When you said your own, I
Please go
did
ahead.
not
I need to drink water.
judge.
It deserves a water.
When you made your point, I did not
Of
judge.
course,
I
please,
did not
please.
attack.
You
So
have the
let me
floor.
just go free
You have
with
the
what I want
floor.
to say. So I don't even like it. Like we're in the same states. Don't come and choke me. But I love long distance. Like well, the long distance has to be Lagos to Ibadan, but I love long distance that is even outside the country.
Ha!
So for me, it depends on
Our
the
sister in the Lord. God
no,
bless you.
this is not about
That's
sister.
family.
It's
Just
blood of
let
God.
us talk. Because we both are ladies.
Please.
So let her talk.
Man, on face.
Maybe we should face each other, please.
I don't mind. Can you imagine? See,
No way, she's not in support of long distance. So I think I'm
No, to a point, she is. I think she.
my own point is just that it depends. Do you know that relationship does not just happen? It starts with friendship.
Of course.
So it depends on the kind of person that you people are dating. I don't know where you are seeing them.
Okay, how about a long distance relationship that you guys met online? You've not even.
I would
probably
never
seen
date
each-
anyone. I would never.
You've not even seen each other before.
long distance is
But long distance that you're talking about is probably you met each other physically and
Yes.
you got
Exactly.
connected.
Yes.
at-
I'm not talking
at that
about
point.
social
is-
media.
I don't know. That's,
No, I'm
I
talking
think
about
that's another
long
level of long distance
that
relationship.
The person I met, spirit, soul, and body, physically.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
There has to be physical attraction.
And maybe for some reason, work. He has to leave where I am, right? But we have to continue the relationship. Like I just love something. That, okay, I long for something. I don't have to be seeing it every day. I don't have to be seeing it every week.
Okay.
Like I might not like long distance in marriage, but
they play my fans.
But in relationship,
no, because me, I love my space. Like I love it a lot. I don't come and be
then don't get married.
choking me. Like even if you
Don't get married then.
See what she's saying.
even if you call me too much at times, I'll be like, guy.
wahala.
Wait. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should not communicate.
But you say it is too much.
But if it is too much, kill have master. Like we cannot
No, I can
finish.
understand that some guys, some partners can be
Can be too
over
much. Yeah.
processing.
Yes, we cannot
Like
finish.
for me, I don't like conversations when my phone rings, I pick up the call, and the first thing is Ibolowa. Where are you? Oh, please, you want to come and kill me?
But
me,
however, I want to know every detail. I want to know
That's
all those.
that would be
you
there.
get.
That would be there. But I just feel like we should not be, even if we are in the same state, there are some people that stay around Elebu that they don't know where Olodo is. That one for me is still long distance, because if you want to go from Elebu to Olodo, you have to think that this is that I'm
want
going.
to travel.
I want to trust. I think, but don't be in the same area with me. Don't
So you just appreciate your space. You like your space, your environment.
So let me long
for you. Hey.
No, my question is, so how long does it take you to long for me?
Exactly. Thank you for that very good
That's a
question.
lovely question.
It's a very good question. Now the thing is, this is where the cohabitation comes in for me. I would travel to meet you. Maybe like after 3 months, we could spend like a week together if my work permits me. I love it that way. So
Well, I
Different
understand.
strokes.
I understand that there are some ladies, there are some men
different folks.
that they need to. Some people they prefer this pajawuri kind of a thing. There are some ladies that coming to me for them to process it in their head. So I'll be traveling in 2 weeks. So we'll first go to. It prepares their mind. I understand that. But I appreciate that as well. So now I would like to take this conversation away from the moral stand. Now, let's move on to the cultural stand. Cultural tradition. What does it mean? Because now we've been saying this long distance relationship. My dear brother and sister, I believe that even people that are doing japa process, you realize that at the end of the day, most Nigerians, when they leave this space and they travel abroad, they see life in a different light.
Sure.
Some people will say, you are saying you like my space
because of cultural influence.
Do you know that let me take for example in UK, we can have this apartment and like 2 families will be in it. What happens to your space? No space there. You understand? If the other partner they do, you go here. They do kilo share. What's wrong with you? Don't talk to me like that in your life. You go here. Nope. Until your standard of living changes. Now, the moral, that's the moral. We are looking at my morals, my space is still a bit of moral. So now, culturally, traditionally, how do you see it today? How do you see cohabiting?
Well, traditionally, let's date back to our parents, our grandparents' time, and during those times, they don't do all these things. They don't cohabitate. They only possibly maybe you see somebody you like.
They do. They have representatives that cohabit for them.
They just meet.
No.
It's
Just that okay, you see somebody you like and you ask somebody, you don't even in most cases you don't even go and approach that person yourself.
You cannot talk to the person.
So you get another, possibly a family member or a friend of a friend or this or that to tell the person, okay, you like the person.
When you're on a date, like inside Palms
so
one is standing here, one is standing here.
So
the other will stand up and looking at them.
What's this English word?
Intermediary?
No. I've forgotten the English word. I've forgotten the word.
It will come. They will bring it from.
They will bring it. I will remember. So that one is there now. So then, until possibly marriage, that's when you guys can, be able to live together. You can have your this thing that we
now that culture is still there.
Of course.
Then
but now, we have gotten overwhelmed with the Western culture that we in most times or in most situations we tend to neglect our culture. So, but our own culture doesn't support cohabitation before marriage because of a few reasons. One is and they believe that okay, if you cohabitate, there's no how you would not have sex. So, and sex before marriage was a no then, because there is this pride when you meet your wife at home. You marry.
What if your wife is on appointment?
then I don't know. There is no way there is nothing you can do actually.
Well, for me, I like to object.
Okay.
I still know of some families that do not have hand and endorse cohabiting.
Okay.
Like I have a friend that in their home, their their papa and Abigail. If you understand what that is, without
I remember the word now, chaplain.
Okay. Now, so the with no due respect, no tantrum being thrown here. I just use that word for people that gives birth to girls. So he has just one boy and he has about 4 girls.
Wow.
So one of the girls happens to be my friend. They are firstborn actually. I was shocked when I got to realize that out of the 4 girls, 3 of them got married to the boyfriends that their father had known since they were in secondary school.
Wow.
And they do come home, they come to their house.
I think some of us still maintain those values.
Yeah.
A few people still maintain those values.
Being moral, like whatever moral values, because like he said, the Western culture has taken over a lot today. And
the influence is much.
Yes, and it's still it's back to whatever value you hold importance. So I think it still goes back to whatever moral it is, whatever moral aspect or whatever moral look.
So that means that our tradition had lost the battle to
westernization,
to Western
yes
world, as a Naira.
Of course.
Don't bring that.
Even nowadays, even people that came from moral homes and they tend to grow up, and maybe when they are dating or so, they would tell you, I cannot do a marriage without sex. I cannot do a relationship without
they leave
sex.
these things behind.
Yeah.
So they have left a relationship without sex.
Yeah.
They have left those moral values behind.
As much as their parents are still upholding it. But then imagine I'm in Ibadan, my parents are in Lagos. Do they know what I'm doing?
Of
here?
course.
So that's how it is these days, because most children are out of the homes because this
but should children be out of the home?
Yeah, no, children should not
at
be
the
out.
point,
That's
at the point, they would.
that's why I'm saying that the Western culture has taken over, because then in those days, I'm sure most children still stay with their parents up until the time they get married.
Yeah.
But now you have to go out there and hustle, because
Even
if you don't
men and
hustle, man, my
But there are some
brother.
women, but some ladies still stay to their.
Yeah, even men,
Even men,
even
actually.
men,
Even
do
men,
it.
yes.
Even men
But
do
majority
it.
of us now have left
We are
home
out,
to
yeah.
feed home.
They left them to
deep.
feed them. So, Grace,
Well-
what cultural standard do you have to this?
As for me, I don't even have any cultural standard, because see, some of these people that they didn't get to know themselves but they got married. Do you know what the woman? Do you know what she faced in the marriage? Because
Some men too.
okay, yeah, I'm talking because I'm a female.
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Speak of females. we speak on them.
So because some of them go through domestic violence, but as at then it was not domestic. They don't see it as domestic violence. They see it as their husband being husband.
So please wait. Let me come in from there. If you're saying then it was there, but now it is still, but it is seen
As another
as
thing.
not submission
Yeah,
or authority over your home, but it's not seen as domestic violence. So I'm going to take one of it to be.
wait. Whatever you hear from me, the way you accept it is your responsibility.
But yes, I
Let me-
understand what you're saying.
Your research.
I understand what you're saying.
This is how-
I'm just trying to put it back. Okay, now let me put it back to you.
Now, aside from domestic
NFA,
violence,
Can you please give us one of those things that you regard as a then as
Well,
normal,
I was not-
and now
I was not there then.
Okay.
I'm here now.
okay? So
But
tell us one of them now.
We've seen stories. Aside from
You've seen. I want that to come from the angle of you've seen stories, you've
History,
read
yes.
histories and all of that. So
Now,
you can
aside
still give us
from
instance from the
domestic
past.
violence, we have emotional abuse, right? That the man will just be lording over the wife. But if they have, like,
Cohabitated.
yes, maybe try to sneak in. I didn't support, but back then they will not support
So
cohabiting.
you like sneakers as well.
Of course, when you sneak, but now I don't need to sneak anywhere. That one is by the way.
He's an adult.
Yeah.
But maybe if sneaking in and out had happened back then, maybe the woman might not go through the emotional abuse.
Because she would have seen the red
She
flags.
would have seen the red flags. That's the essence, one of the essence of cohabitation. I don't know if I don't even know anything about cultural whatever, because I feel like all these things, if you ask me, some of these cultural values are slavery. If you ask me, that's my
And even
Constructive
everything has advantages and disadvantages, like I said earlier.
yes,
So
but my own is if they had allowed some women go through a lot in their marriage, but that is because of that is why women transfer the issues to their children, to their female children. They will say, if your husband do this, you must. I love to have my own opinion. I want to speak out. You must respect what I say. We have to have a conversation. But back then, you don't even know the kind of man you want to get married to. You just know that, okay, they will,
But this is you talking about cohabitation before marriage.
I said I support it.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the cultural value, like back then that it wasn't much. I feel like back then there wasn't like cohabitation.
Cohabitation.
So I'm saying that back then, I wouldn't say it does not make sense, but I feel like the fact that they did not cohabit, the fact that they did not do cohabitation back then is wrong.
But do you believe that even back then, because they didn't do any cohabitation prior to their getting married, some men also suffered some domestic violence?
I don't know.
Kind of level, yes.
Why don't
Because-
you talk for men?
I can only
I
speak
realize-
for
I
you.
realize-
because some men are terrible people naturally.
Some-
And so when they
some
get married,
women-
even some women too.
some women too are
So when
also
they get
terrible
married,
people.
if you did not cohabitate or
Do you know
did not
that
know so
I once had a girlfriend that told me that don't stop making me talk to you like you are a child. So I felt anytime I hear that thing, I feel like, oh really? So now because I am on the gentleman side, you are taking me for a person you can just talk to anyhow.
She wanted
she
you
talks
to
to me
man
to
up.
the point that when she's angry she does this. So I feel like, oh really? So
She wants to wake up.
the way some people suffer bully as a lady, men also suffer bully.
Yeah, it works both
that's
ways.
my point. My point is, if there was cohabitation back then, all these things might not happen to
course.
some of these women back then. They might not go through the emotional abuse. They might not go through the domestic violence. They might not go through the.
they were only concerned about protecting the
They were only concerned
no
The
sex
image
before
of the
marriage.
and
lady.
the virginity. The fact that you have to be brand
marry
new.
the virgin.
Well, actually, as talking about being brand new, what's brand new about life? I don't think anything is brand new anymore. I've seen people that are married, that got married a virgin and became, and I've seen people that
Became what?
They became unbelievable. The same people. I had an uncle. I have an uncle. He's still alive.
Okay.
That was virgin up to the day he was married, and the day it hit apple for the first time. Like, so I have been missing this thing. Wow. So it became so promiscuous to the point that there was a particular day I was washing his car. I was on horse, so I went to his, I like to go to his house. But when I go to his house, I've come back with plenty of money. You understand? So, and I was washing his car. It was to go for a party. And it was on the veranda. And this lady, I don't know who will remember her, Alero. She does party time.
Yeah.
On a particular TV station that I wouldn't like to mention right now. And she walked by because it was she was schooling at Last Protect then. And she walked by. And my uncle paced down from the stairs. Leave. Where's the key? Bah! He had singlet on and his jean. While I said, no, checking beer at school. Let me give you a ride. And she hopped in. And my uncle bought a shirt.
On the way.
It was that ability to buy shirts. The girl looked at like, wow, this one gets something. You understand? So I will not say it's always like that. To some people, for me, I have my tangible reasons for saying you need to cohabit. You need to know, while you cohabit with your partner, you get to know, we are moving to the benefits right now. You get to know of the sexual compatibility, the moral compatibility, the emotional compatibility. Does she know how to handle me when I'm off emotions? What does she do? You know, some people, the moment they are...
How does she portray her anger? Blah, blah,
blah. Some people, the moment you are sparked up like this, they put fire. They want to beat anybody up at that point in time.
Also, there is one thing that I don't know if you have it on your list, is the ability to satisfy ourselves. Because do you know how many women, like the way they cheat, how women cheat in their marriage?
You see, this place that you are getting to now is like you are not joining me on the same chapter I want us to be. We are just gradually moving there.
That is one of the reasons I would always support cohabiting, because, bro, we have to know.
So now, let's go there now.
Some men are impotent.
Exactly.
See, one thing is, based on what she said concerning the cultural values then, nowadays, and even then, nobody knows who one person is because people change a lot. And when it comes to sexual satisfaction or whatever it is, or whatever value or core value you're looking at in your partner, which is making you want to cohabitate with the person, one thing is people change a lot. And in the nearest future, in 2, 3, 5 years to come, you'll be surprised that who is this person that I got married to? No, this is not the person I dated. Or this is not the person who I was with. Or this is not the person I knew. So when you say cohabit, that's why I don't support it, because people will be people.
Sure.
A person is going to be a person.
But
we are all
humans. That changes varies. Not everyone.
Everyone changes. When it comes to marriages and every other thing, there are some responsibilities. There are some things that will come to you that will just make you change, and you find yourself asking, "Am I this person? Is this me?" So people change a lot. And when you cohabitate and you say, "Oh, I know this person. I don't know this person. I get married to this person." At the end of the day, you'll be surprised at the person you get married to. So sexual satisfaction, at the end of the day, if something happens and everything is...
Before you go, do you agree with the fact that Grace just said something that the rate at which women cheat?
No, women cheat. Married women. There's a higher percentage of married women who cheat.
Don't let us bully married women.
No, it's not bullying. It's a fact.
Seriously.
I have a pharmacist friend who told me, stays in Lagos, and he spoke to me about the rate at which married women cheat in their marriages, and it is so baffling. So married women cheat a lot.
I want to believe maybe because we have more younger people being married women by now. Because I think cheating is actually higher when you're younger. I believe that it's actually higher. So when you are very young and you are in your prime and you are married, imagine when you are 27, 28 and you are married.
For men, I just 25.
Think... Oh, 25.
For men, I think it's just promiscuous men who cheat when they are younger. But you see those older men, they cheat a lot.
You don't face us. So today, before we move this ship to another relationship, let us come to you. Right. Your advantage stand on cohabiting with your partner.
Yes.
How do you
Because
argue it?
It helps it helps in a lot of ways.
It helps in bonding, Abi.
In a lot of ways.
Thank you.
It helps to bond. It helps to understand the kind of person you would be marrying, because the sole aim of dating the person for a long time is to get married. So it helps to understand the kind of person you'll be marrying. It helps to understand the compatibility in various ways sexually, because okay, for example, now some men are impotent. I'm not even talking about the aspect of having sex now. Okay, when men wake up in the morning, active men, your this thing will stand.
Not with this economy. I can't remember the last time I woke up like that.
No, without the economy, at least
That's on a lighter note.
you should.
Yeah.
So now, even if you are not having sex, if you guys have decided not to have sex for your marriage, but there are some other ways you can
At least you know that this person is
see.
active.
But you should have sex. I don't know. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should not.
Depends.
But mind you might be able to have sex and still be impotent.
Of course, that's another thing.
If you can't make her pregnant, you are
of
still
course,
impotent.
you might have
That person is still there.
Not if you are
No
even,
sperm count, yeah.
No sperm
you
count.
know, when you are not even attracted.
So
to
it helps to, because and some women are hard to satisfy, or they are way to
Hey!
satisfy a woman
Now they're hard to
that you
satisfy
might not know if you guys did not have sex. So let's say you now get married now and the woman is saying, you can't do this, you can't satisfy me, and she starts cheating. So
And if you don't even cohabit with her, how will you know if she's faking orgasm?
that's another thing too. Then emotional
Married
compatibility.
women fake orgasm too. That one is.
A whole lot of things. So there are a lot of benefits to it, but we should look to the good side and the benefits of it.
So what are the dangers?
The dangers, it's
See finish.
See finish.
one.
Wow.
But see finish will come when you get married.
Yes, that's I don't like that see finish part.
It will come when you get married too.
You know see me
But
finish, then you see me
That's
naked.
No, but that at that period you're married. You know you're married.
That
but
is
in a relationship where you can as well say, I don't do this relationship again. So when there's still finish in a relationship, that's the end of it.
But I think it has to do with emotional intelligence of both parties.
Maturity.
And is everybody that's mature?
I'm not saying everybody's mature, but at least
Age is
Don't marry
not.
Not everyone who's not
Age-
mature.
yeah.
I will not.
Okay, now for me, I think what is good for you is good for you. What is good for some people might not be good for you. But for me, we are going to cohabit. Add that at the back of your mind. So right now, I'd just like us to talk about the religious stand that we all have. I want to believe that if you are not a Christian, you are a Muslim. You're not a Muslim, or a Christian, you are a traditionalist, and there are standards by things. I know of people that are into your awu, that are white awu, and they will tell you you can never be this virgin. Look at the Aruba of Oshogoland. She must until she is ready to marry. She is the Aruba, and for her to be an Aruba,
She has to maintain that spirituality.
that spirituality. So I want to start with you now today. What is your religious belief, religious stand when it comes to living with your future partner before marriage?
I'm a Muslim, and the Quran is against living with a woman you're not married to. Even
But
looking
that
at women anyhow, it's
Yes.
Are you not in a way against Quran?
well. God understands. God will understand.
All right. So what is your own?
I'm not going to go with my own stand. I'm going to go with the stand of religion.
So now, if your son says, "Daddy, I want to go and greet Kafaya,"
You cannot.
all right, thank you. Before I come to Lacey, Grace.
Well, according to the Bible, let your bed. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. Let your bed be undefiled. So you just have to stay away from it. Honestly, it's just that. Let me just.
Even the Quran says.
I understand that.
Even the Quran says lower your gaze.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
I'll
like
just.
when you said it is just that. Oh,
God
yeah,
will
me.
understand. God said God.
So I'll just go by the word of the Bible. Let your bed be undefiled. We should just be there to marriage.
Okay, what if I ask, is your bed defiled?
My bed is undefiled.
Okay. I just want. See, we need to be realistic here. It's a podcast. Desi.
Okay, well, for me, it depends on each religious doctrine. I am a Christian, and some churches, I grew up in a CSC church, a Christ Apostolic Church, and they are very, very strict with that part of the doctrine. While some churches out there do not preach this, they actually preach prosperity, they preach all sorts, but some of these things, they shy away from it. So members of the church will as well
Shy away from it.
No, they shy away from this type of preaching. They do not tell their members not to do these things. Like, they are not talking about it. So the members can feel
They feel that is for the family to train their
their child. So the members feel they can do whatever they want to do. So I just think that, it depends on whatever doctrine you're following and whoever your religious leader is. That's it for me. But religious or whatever, you are not
well, for
allowed.
me, as regards religion, I would just say that I think religion is not in any way a lifestyle. It's not a way of life. There is no too much importance to any human life as regards religion. We've seen many pastors that has this ugly behavior, and you will not believe them. They are contrary to the personality behind the pulpit, and some people like that. But for me, I believe religion is meant to be a manual that guards your reality of life. So I would just say be moderate. Be moderate. We have men of God that you are a man of God, that you are born again, doesn't mean you don't like eat from the back. Doesn't mean you don't like to give head to do all those things. You understand?
Hey.
But for me, I would just say be moderate. Don't be porous. Don't just be at your back. Don't just do this. Don't just do some stuff. Don't just be moderate and be reasonably serious. Just be sensible. Be responsible. It's just as simple as that. So now I want us to quickly wrap off this with the reality. What is actually obtainable? Grace, I'm starting with you. In reality of this whole matter of man and woman coexistence,
cohabitating,
where do you stand when it comes to man and woman reality?
Is it my own reality or?
Yeah, from your perspective.
Since we have types of cohabiting now, we have weekend, we have holidays, right?
Weekdays, no.
So weekdays.
We have getaways.
We have getaways.
Yeah.
So for me, I still prefer the weekend.
Okay.
Cohabit, because you can't.
You cannot.
Seriously.
I can see that word is failing you.
Honestly, because I just feel like, we need to tell ourselves the truth, because some of these things, maybe it's worked for those people in the past. Congratulations to them. But we are here now, cohabit, please.
Come on, Lord, baby, give me head. We're gonna wish head.
Honestly, don't go because when you eventually get married and whatever you're going to find out after marriage, I think that one is up to you. But I feel like if you want,
you supposed don't they see the glimpse small.
So,
whether a green flag or red flag.
Maybe when they make out, make somebody lick your ear.
so you will know.
I'm going to go smack
this.
Don't do that.
Domestic violence, spanking, it is not. But when you're not used to that kind of lifestyle, so when someone spanks you, now say, I want to divorce
Don't
him.
do that.
Because domestic.
So when you get to court of law, they say, Judge, can you imagine? I turned my back, and the first thing, instead of him to enter, he first slapped me. Say, no, he didn't slap you. The judge will now become the defense counsel. Say, no.
Or you can also try to know if your man is, if he knows how to manage his finances. It's also important. The way he gets angry. So it is very important. You cannot know all of those things on phone. We are best of friends. We talk is a lie. You have to get to know me. I want you to be vulnerable with me. Don't go and be doing you are one man. No.
Don't be doing macho.
I have a question for Grace actually. So your own form of cohabitating, like you said at the very beginning, you said a week. No, she said a week in 3 months. After 3 months.
Yes,
So you feel seeing a week in 3 months will make you know all these things.
Well, I don't say I'm practicing it. Right?
Okay.
You're not preaching.
Why you're not practicing?
My relationship.
So what do you practice?
My relationship actually is a long one, like long distance relationship. So I might not be practicing 3 months. I might be practicing every weekend. You don't know.
Okay.
Because you said weekends too.
So because the first thing I said was weekends. So for me, my own any form of cohabitation.
That means within this weekend and next
And it
weekend,
can
you will
happen.
have long to want to see another weekend.
I mean, yes,
Just
and
like people that loves Premier League.
It's the weekend.
Weekend for me.
so that's just on me.
All right, Daisy, yourself, your reality.
Well, for me, I already said I do not support cohabitating. That is when you move in with your partner, but you can as well see each other.
Visitation day.
Yeah, visitations.
Like after church service, let me come and cook in your house.
Well,
So that I can
You
eat
cook-
before,
you
so that
cook
I can
and you
eat
go-
before
I
you eat.
mean,
No,
I'm
you
not.
cook and got cooked.
If we're talking about cooking and cooking, I do not really like cooking and cooking. If I'm coming to your house, let's go out or you make the food and we eat it.
Wow.
That's
So you eat before you eat.
I don't know
No,
what
she
the
eats
eating-
after she eats.
I don't, whatever eating or whatever eating is going on, I don't know. But then cooking, I would prefer, you
How
take
about
care of
getting
me.
cooked?
Yes.
But then the reality of it is nobody out there. It's just few percentage of people or few percentage of young adults that do not practice cohabitating or cohabitation before marriage. So whatever works for you, whatever
Exactly.
suits you, whatever it is for you, do it. It's just that way.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of this podcast. Thank you so much. We discussed cohabiting with your partner before marriage,
good,
and
the
I
bad,
am
and
going
the
to be. You say what?
The good, the
The
bad,
good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
So I am going to just tender my own opinion. What I would like to say is this: what works for Taye might not work for Kendi. And luckily for you, whatever works for Opinion, if it work for Tunde, whatever works for Daisy might end up working for Grace. It could take time.
I
It
know
could
what
take
I know
time.
what works for me.
But I understand. But I will advise in this day's generation, lifestyle, tension we dey see right now. Like some people they go tension them on top social media. They go find their boyfriend go. Emma pa me now.
Yeah.
So I will just say, do whatever works for you, like she said.
course.
And please, you plan to marry somebody, please cohabit with that person. It's as simple as that. Thank you so much. My name is Tetan's Disciple, and thank you, Grace, for coming around.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you today. Thank you so much. It's been a splendid time with you.
I love every moment.
I love the fact that I got to know that today you are a Muslim. I never knew you were a Muslim. So, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Daisy, thank you for coming around. Thank you so much. And to the entire technical crew, thank you so much.
Assalamu
To the
alaikum
people-
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, I mean, to all those people at the back of the camera, I wonder how they look like. They get opinion. Let me see drop out. But thank you so much for joining EMR podcast for this particular session. Thank you so much.
Don't forget
Until
to
next time.
subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow us. Like. When you hear things where you get things against, share.
Share.
Cause trouble on your. Thank you. We out.